A rare discovery in paleontology. That is a hatchling. What's a hatchling? What comes out of an egg, or is in the process of coming out of an egg? Yeah, it comes out of an egg. Hatchlings are very rare in paleontology. Let's take the technical literature. According to paleontologist Gregory Erickson of Florida State University, fossilized dinosaur embryos are the rarest of the rare. The American Museum of Natural History in New York City has an impressive collection of dinosaur fossils collected in Mongolia's Gobi Desert over the past century, including a fossilized, that is, one fossilized clutch of 12 eggs, photo of it there, belonging to a large horned dinosaur named Protoceratops andrewsi. Protoceratops. He had a big head, had a slight shield, but he had horns. That's the ceratops. That's Latin for horns. Protoceratops. He was an early, according to evolution, early developing dinosaur, but he was about that big, but he was a monster. We have two of his eggs back here. One is a normal egg like these are, an elongated egg about that long, slightly turquoise in color because of the matrix in which it was found. But we have back there something rarer yet. A Protoceratops egg that is that big and round. What's the difference? We had them spiral CAT scanned. One of them is double yolked. So what does that mean? Twins. Dinosaurs, on occasion, at least that one occasion, that's the only one we know anything about, on that occasion, could hatch twins. And we have that, and the embryo is there, so that's rare. But this hatchling is more rare yet. So Protoceratops is very interesting, supposed to be one of the earliest dinosaurs. Each of these contains a tiny embryo skeleton from one of the embryos, but now they only have the skeleton. So he was not ready to be a hatchling, hadn't fully developed. The researchers extracted a tiny jawline from several teeth from one of these embryos. Our rare hatchling was first described to our museum director by Texas State geologist John Watson following a field excursion near Alvord, Texas. Maybe, how far from here? Maybe 85, 90 miles from here. He identified the fossil to be of a Cretaceous Acrocanthosaurus hatchling. What's an Acrocanthosaurus? How's he different from, he's a lizard, he's a dinosaur. How's he different? Well, he was related to T-Rex, except his brain was larger in proportion. So he was smarter than T-Rex. He didn't have the tiny front limbs, but he did walk on his hind limbs. Didn't have the real tiny front limbs as T-Rex, but he had something special. He had spines up his spinal column, and those spines had webbing between them. So he's known as a spinosaurid. Spinosaurid. I should have had a picture of an Acrocanthosaurus, but this is the hatchling. Well, how do we know it belongs to Acrocanthosaurus? Well, hold just a minute. The only such fossil hatchling known from that species. It is indeed rarer than the rarest of the rare, extremely rare. Close examination reveals the fossilized, cracked, leather-like eggshell stretched around the fully formed embryo. The amniotic fluids had been dispensed. That's the reason for the crevice. That's the fella. There is his spinal column. That's his head. There is eye sockets. There's his rump. There is the beginning of the tail, and the tail extending around like that. But notice, the fluids had already been dispensed. That's not filled in. He was working his way out. In fact, the front of his face does not have eggshells. It has dinosaur. But the rest of him is covered with eggshells. So I guess that says dinosaurs, like other egg creatures try to get out head first. So apparently he's working his way out for this head.